So the subject of the talk is really Saint Germain, who he is.
We're here.
How to contact him.
And we have a call-in line. The first part of the show where we're sitting around just kind of waiting for the big intro to start and watching weird videos. We have this cool number, 601-653-COOL. You can call in and talk to me, and let me make sure I've got the Google Voice open still. Yep, it's open. And I thought about doing a funny topic or something like that, but it's the first time we're doing it, so I thought that it would be like the cool crew call-in line or something like that. And I'll be taking calls, and we can talk about some of your concerns and criticisms and thoughts and things about the show. You got any questions? You got any suggestions? You got anything at all related to the Cool Stream or something like that? Or you can talk about whatever. We can just have a quick chat. I don't know. I got the number, and it has cool in it, which is 601-653-2665. And it's the Cool Stream call-in line. I had a better name for it earlier. The Cool Crew call-in zone. We're taking your calls and concerns and questions about the Cool Stream, I guess. And what is this guy talking about? He's a little old man.
I knew everything about him, and could tell him the dream that he had the night before. And I knew everything about him, all his work and all that. And it was just kind of
Bum, 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 bum.
in the center of your being is a great light, and you are that light.
And we're taking calls, the Cool Stream call-in zone. Taking all your questions and concerns about the show as we that's a phone number, because we're taking some calls for this part of the show where we kind of just chill and do whatever. It's the Cool Stream call-in hotline, 601-653-COOL. We can chat about the show, some of the things that you've seen, you like, you have questions about, you want to see, something you didn't like, something you had for lunch. We're just trying it out because I got a phone number, 601-653-COOL. And I thought, why not? Everyone else is doing it on these damn shows, so maybe I can do it too. So welcome to Manderson Kate, Crazy Kate, Robert Denby. We got a weird one today. I'm telling you. You gotta believe me. Call-in line is quiet. That's cool. I got the number, and I came up with the idea, and then I was like, do I really want to talk to these people? I don't know. Do people really want to call in? It's there. I know one guy who likes to call shows and stuff, but I guess he's out and about at the moment. But anyway, can I text the number? Sure. Text. I think I can receive texts. That number again, 601-653-COOL, 2665. That's the number, and it'll be open until we do the intro and start the show. Looks like we're getting close. Time's running out. I will call in if I can get to a quiet place. Quiet place, are you hanging out with Jim from The Office and all the aliens are attacking you or something? I haven't seen that movie. And we got a weird show today. It's gonna be crazy. As usual. I guess I can talk about last week's show as well. Probably need to explain what happened there. Okay, time's running out. We're gonna close the hotline as soon as I start this intro. And I'll X out on the Google Voice window. And I think I've got one more song. Oh, whoa. Oh my gosh. This album is crazy cool. It's pretty fitting with text when you can type in the chat. That is true. 601-653, cool. Maybe I'll think of some other things to do with the phone number for some other call-in type things. I don't know. But usually the show's kind of a one-way street, and I'm heading down it at full speed in my big pickup truck, going 55 miles an hour, blazing down the internet highway. All right, we're going to close the call-in line. We're going to start the show. Call-ins is closed. You can text me if you want to, I guess. We're going to start the show. That's right. We're back doing another cool stream. I'm excited. This is our favorite time of day and our favorite day of the week, Saturday. We all did our chores, I assume. I did mine. I was busy, very busy this morning doing those chores, the one chore that I had to do, and when I was done with it, I was ready to go back to bed. But I knew I had a stream coming up, so I was very excited. Excited for to do a weird show today, on this day in history. Will go down as one of the weirdest. Maybe not the weirdest one, but it's up there. It's pretty odd. Nothing along the lines of a hell toilet, per se.
Dunk your head in the hell toilet.
Because it's the cool stream, everybody. We're back again on a Saturday afternoon, ready to show you all the cool, weird, wild stuff on the web. Yeah. We're ready to do it to bring you all the weird things that you need to know. Whoa. That's right. It's the cool stream. Thanks for coming out, and thanks for plugging in your laptops and cracking them open and getting your iced coffee out. Cheers to that. Take a swig. And watching me do my show. It's a lot of fun. This is episode, technically this is 31, but it's actually 30 because we had a lost episode, and I'll explain that once I get through this whole thing. And it's going to be a fun one. I'm excited to do it. I'm jazzed up. I'm not tired. I'm not about to fall asleep at the wheel. I hopefully won't be making any big mistakes this time. Because I'm going to do another cool stream. Yes, I'm ready. Whoa. It's a lot of fun doing the show. And thanks for watching. We really appreciate all the fans who come out in droves to come watch the cool stream. Watch us talk about all kinds of weird and crazy stuff on the web. We're not looking at any more toilets today. The toilet talk is over. No toilets. It's going to be a weird one with some weird stuff, and I'll kind of explain what that's going to be. You got this crazy guy and this crazy rainbow thing in the background. It's the cool stream, baby. Yeah, Beer Horse is here. All right, let's jump on over. Boom, and check these guys out. Today on today's episode, we're talking about, I'll get some echo on here. We're talking about the Ascended Masters. Yes. I'm so excited. Rats. No toilet talk today. Yes, that's right. Everyone's been waiting and they've been wondering when we're going to do the Ascended Masters. Today. Today is the day. That faithful day. It's going to go down as one of the weirder streams. And if you've ever heard of the Ascended Masters, please type it in the chat that yes, I have heard of them. Because it's pretty weird. I had never heard of them until I started doing the show and researching and looking at all the weird websites. And I thought, what? Who are these guys? What the heck? Who the heck are these Ascended Masters? And it was actually in a song, too. It's probably the first time I've heard of it. So I had to do some research. And that's what I do. I do the research and I come to the show. I go on the internet and I look all this stuff up and then I do the show. For you, for your entertainment. That's what we're doing today. The Ascended Masters. It's going to be weird. It's going to be a little bit of everything that you love, that you know and love. Last week's episode we did is no longer canon. It's a lost episode. I know a lot of people here watching today saw it live, and maybe they saw the VOD when it was up shortly. I was doing the episode. I was very tired. I wasn't paying attention, and I showed some information that I was not comfortable with it being out there on the web. Not like anyone would see it or care or whatever, but I tried to edit out some of those parts and I had to upload it a couple different times and realized, you know what? That's a loss. It was the Lost Civilizations episode, the first Lost Civilizations episode. I thought it was fitting that it's now a lost episode, but we'll come back and we'll cover Lost Civilizations again, and we'll figure out Tartary. We'll figure out Tartary and we'll figure out Lost Civilizations. So let's get to the chat. What are they saying here? Beer Horse says, you know what they say about Ascended Masters? They make an ass out of Ended Masters. That's right. Off to Lux says, thanks to the last episode, I now have Beowulf as my #1 email pen pal. And you can have the Cool Stream hotline as well. Go back and see that number pop up. Next, we'll do it again. It's part of the intro if you want to call in next time. And now you're giving out your phone number. Well, not, it's one of those, internet phone numbers, not the real thing. Okay, so we're doing the Ascended Masters, and it's a weird one. As I said before, let's jump into it. Where do we start? All right, where's my music? I'm going to need that. I'm going to need that for the vibes. Anyway, where do we start? Okay, well, we're going to start with this guy. I'm going to go way back to the very beginning. Starting with a fellow and his group. The phone has a number. A fellow named Guy Ballard, who started a group called the I Am, what does it say? The I Am Religious Activity. That's not what it's called. Guy Ballard. Let's go to this website instead. The founder of I Am Activity. One-time mining engineer. He's mining Bitcoin before it was a thing. And he was a student of Theosophy. And that's something I've been reading about as well. I'll kind of explain the best I can about what that is. So this guy, Warren Ballard, started I Am Activity. Back in the day, he was an alleged stock swindler. Most of his later work was properly renewed at the U.S. Copyright Office and has hence still under copyright. His book is in public domain. Someone neglected to file the renewal paperwork for his book, so it has entered the public domain. And the book is called Unveiled Mysteries, 1934. And this is from a cool website that I think I posted on Twitter. A screenshot of some of this. Sacredtexts.com. You can get the flash drive with the world's wisdom in the palm of your hand. Click here to buy it now. think it's like $100. It's hilarious. A thumb drive, the world's wisdom. Or you can go on the website, sacred-texts.com. Check out some of these cool books, including Unveiled Mysteries. So, I know you've heard of Unsolved Mysteries, but these are Unveiled Mysteries. So in his book, he describes an encounter with Saint Germain. See also the Comte de Saint Germain, which is this weird guy from back in, let's see this link. And we're getting a warning, and we don't want to, okay, potential security risk. Something's weird on this website. It's giving me these weird security risks. I'm already on the edge of my seat, waiting to be hacked again. Anyway, he had an encounter with Saint Germain, which is this weird guy from France who was sort of a mysterious figure and was from the future or something. He met this guy, described him as an ascended master, virtually a god, and able to manipulate the fabric of reality. Ballard describes a series of astral trips in time and space with Saint Germain, his pal, flying side by side, just inviting Mr. Rude Guy in. I'm gonna get swindled. Hit an astral trip with Saint Germain to the lost civilizations in South America and Sahara, as well as well-stocked bunkers of the ancients in the Grand Tetons, Yellowstone, and Mount Shasta. So what is that talking about? The well-stocked bunkers of the ancients. That's referring to maybe some lost civilization type stuff of hidden cathedrals and things in the mountains and the Grand Canyon and stuff. I'll add that to the list. But famously had his encounter on Mount Shasta. And that's making me thirsty for the soda Shasta. Isn't that a soda? Shasta Cola or something? And we've also, on one of our episodes, talked about cedar nut stuff. And I'll play the sound here.
Cedar nut toothpaste.
About the encounter of Vladimir Maigret and his friend Anastasia. This is a similar story, but it's Guy Ballard and Saint Germain. They were in their bunkers eating MREs. So they visited some of these lost civilizations, like Atlantis, which we'll cover on our Lost Civilization episode, and Mu is another one. We'll also get to that one eventually. So he went traveling, and you can see how I've tried to connect things together, so it all made sense to do this episode. But anyway, the final chapter mentions encounters with entities from Venus, a theme of later UFO cargo cults of the 1950s. Sound drops are very quiet. Okay, hold on a sec. Bum, bum, bum. The sound is weird on this damn thing. Sometimes I can't quite get it right sometimes.
Check out the gams on that buzz, friend.
There we go. Whoa! Bum, 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 bum. Alright, Pop Deluxe subscribing for 5 months. Holy crapola, I didn't know we were going on that long with the subs. Thanks for resubscribing. He says, Beowulf says that if I sub for just a few more months, he'll tell me how to become an Ascended Master. Oh man, I hope I can figure that out. I'd like to be on that picture of all the cool guys and gals up there. Of course, you got Jesus and Buddha, and I'll try to explain how all these people are connected together. They're all Ascended Masters. Has obvious similarities with a dweller on 2 planets, including passages which were probably lifted directly. Much of his metaphysics, history of lost continents, okay, lost civilizations and continents, Great White Brotherhood spiel, eek, and that's derivative from Theosophy. It's not quite what it sounds like, but it also kind of is. Kind of weird. Not a great term for your gods and goddesses and whatnot. One notable successor of the I Am activities, the Church Universal and Triumphant of Elizabeth Clare Prophet, which also reveres Saint Germain, and also attempted to hole up in the Rocky Mountain areas in the 80s against the threat of nuclear war. We'll check out some of their stuff, what they were up to. The Church Universal and Triumphant Elizabeth Clare Prophet. We'll watch some videos on that. There's a huge number of M dashes in this book. Oh my god. All right, so we can read some from his book. We've got some other stuff as well. The I Am Activity Exposed. Disturbing Beginnings. You ever heard of the I Am Activity? Guy Ballard, Edna Ballard, Godfrey Ray King, Saint Germain, the Ascended Masters, Mount Shasta, the Great White Brotherhood? Were you ever an I Am student? Do you wonder why the magic you first felt when you became an I Am student was gradually replaced with uncertainty, confusion, fear, loneliness? You are not alone. Why does this website exist? What? Wait, now I'm distracted. I had to read about I Am Activity, and I see here, when went $10,000 cash? Seriously? Not Invisible Ascended Master Cash. For a MasterCard. Don't really know where to go with that joke, but just throwing that one out there. We really would love to find the Ballards Never Lied, so we encourage you to take a trip down to your local I Am Sanctuary, and I think I've got one downtown, down on Main Street, probably, and play Spot the Wealthy Self-Made 90-Year-Old Youth. We are putting our money where our mouths are, something the Ballards never did, by offering $10,000 cash for the first person to find a youthful 90-year-old I Ammer. As proof of youthful countenance, the student will need to complete tests at a medical facility of our choice. Also need legitimate birth certificate. It's a serious offer. What the frick? We also feel the proliferation of websites that treat the whole Ascended Masters and I Am presence as some sort of undisputed given need to be balanced by available objective evidence. The danger of leaving this view unexpressed is the young and vulnerable will then be at risk of living lives based on others' delusions. I've seen psychic paralysis students go through when they try to let go of I Am Activity. So there's something about how they were promised. Oh, here it is. If you have read the I Am teaching, you will have found its literature resplendent with dazzling light and promises of invincible health, wealth, and happiness. However, like us, after many years of practice, you may have collected a panoply of rationalizations on why your decrees haven't worked to full effect, and how if you just believe and feel a little deeper, you're really going to get all the good stuff the Ballards say you can. But then you become confused when you look at Christians, Buddhists, and members of garden variety meditation groups who seem to have just as much, if not more, health, wealth, and happiness as I Am students. This just keeps feeding the doubts which go round and round in your head. Oh my gosh, this is trying to break people out of this group, this cultish type group called the I Am Activity, the I Am Church or something. I don't know. There's all kinds of crazy stuff on here. It's weird, wild stuff. There's several inconsistencies with this stuff. So let's go back and let's read some of this book and see, what does all this mean? What the heck are we talking about? So he met the master. And what? I guess I'll have to go back. I wanted to read the book. Well, he had an encounter with this guy on Mount Shasta, Saint Germain. They went to the Yellowstone, buried cities of the Amazon. They flew around the world. Maybe I can find it. Let me see. Let me put up my standby. I must do a quick Google search. Alright. What was it called? Guy Ballard. Unveiled Mysteries. Just wanted to read a quick snippet. Here it is at BahaiStudies.net. Found it. Pop! The first book he ever wrote. It was a hit. Here he is. That's Saint Germain. That was the guy that he encountered on the Mount Shasta. And there's the Thompson Register Renewal Search. Tribute. This is a tribute. The Ascension. Meeting the Master. Rumor said that there is a group of men, divine men in fact, called the Brotherhood of Mount Shasta, who formed a branch of the Great White Lodge, and that this focus from very ancient times had continued unbroken down to the present day. So he's referring to the Great White Brotherhood. I hate to say that phrase. It's very bad. It doesn't have, it's not related to what you think it is, but it's still not great. There's some connections with Freemasonry and some magical beliefs, which we'll jump off and do some episodes about that kind of stuff and try to tie some of these loose ends together. But remember that Great White Lodge. Great White Lodge in the sky. I had been sent on government business to the mountain. He needed to unravel the rumor concerning the Brotherhood. Devoted to sharks. Oh, the Great White Brotherhood are an ancient order devoted to sharks. That's right. A deep underlying truth that usually remains unrecognized by all but those who are real students of life. I fell in love with Shasta, and each morning, almost involuntarily, saluted the spirit of the mountain and members of the order. Something was very unusual, so he went on a hike onto the mountain. And he went to the McCloud River Valley in town. He had some lunch, cup in hand, much like me with my iced coffee. And he bent down and felt an electrical current pass through his body. Whoa. I looked around, and directly behind me stood a young man who at first glance seemed to be someone on a hike like himself. I looked more closely and realized immediately that he was no ordinary person. As the thought passed through my mind, he smiled and addressed me, saying, "My brother, if you will hand me your cup, I will give you a much more refreshing drink than spring water." I obeyed, and instantly the cup was filled with a creamy liquid. Handing it back oh no, and what did he do? Saint Germain. What was that mysterious creamy liquid they put in his cup? "Drink it," he said, "if you know what's good for you." I did so, and must have looked my astonishment, for, while the taste was delicious, the electrical vivifying effect in my mind and body made me gasp with surprise. It made him gasp. I did not see him put anything into the cup. I wondered what was happening. "That which you drink," he explained, "comes directly from the universal supply, pure and vivifying as life itself. In fact, it is life, omnipresent life. For it exists everywhere and about us. It is subject to our conscious control and direction." It's probably cream soda. Willingly obedient when we love enough, because all the universe obeys the behest of love. Whatsoever I desire manifests itself when I command in love. I held out the cup. That which I desired for you appeared. Whoa.
What is that letter there?
Whoa.
What is that? What is that?
What is that?
What is that?
What happened? Oh, we got a follow from Dirk Universe. Thanks for following. Whoa. And we've got a follow from Curvy Gamer Wife.
What is that?
And Doggedy is also here with some wolf emotes. Wow! We got a raid. That's what happened. Holy majoli from No Prank Radio. And that's Chris doing the dang Emma Town. Thanks for the raid. And welcome to viewers from No Prank Radio watching Emma Town. I got raided. I totally missed it. I was deep reciting the great words of the Ascended Masters. And welcome to the Cool Stream. So I guess I'll go ahead and do another intro for everybody. And say that welcome to the Cool Stream. This is my show where we talk about cool, crazy, weird stuff on the web. Talk about conspiracies and talk about all kinds of crazy stuff. Today, we're talking about the Ascended Masters. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll watch some crazy, weird videos as well. And I'm trying to sort of give the background to what's going on here in this crazy conspiracy we got involving I Am activity, Ascended Masters, a crazy guy named Saint Germain who put some creamy liquid in a cup and told this guy to drink it. I said, drink the damn cup, you fool. Ghost Ghouls Night Out, thanks for the follow. Oh my word, that's fantastic. Thanks for coming into the Cool Stream. Hope you enjoy the episode. Stick around. And you'll like what you see. So anyway, on this book, this is the book written by Guy Ballard, who said that he had an encounter with this guy named Saint Germain, who was an Ascended Master, and gave him a creamy liquid in his cup. And then he goes on a whole rant. You can see it's mostly quotes talking about God's intent and his children and perfection and all this crazy stuff. Van Apps, thanks for following. And he would like a handful of money. So then they go flying around the world, and then he ends up starting his religion. The I Am religious activity. It's the name given in metaphysical occult circles to those adepts of wisdom who have finished their earthly pilgrimages and while ascending to a higher state of existence as masters of space, time, and material existence. They've assumed responsibility for the cosmic destiny of the human race, both individually and collectively. How many religions started by drinking a creamy liquid? They started the Saint Germain Foundation, they started their religion, and they had a son named Donald, and he would go on to become our president, Donald Trump. Just kidding. For a period of time, he did a bunch of stuff. He read a lot about occult, theosophical literature and reported strange occult events near Mount Shasta, the giant volcano. And he wanted to visit the mountain, and that's when he encountered Saint Germain, this guy. Let's see, maybe I've got a... There he is. He's a bearded man, and he's an Ascended Master. And there's a whole lot of these guys, and we'll go on and go down the list of who all these people are. He wrote lengthy articles. They had events. They had their whole group. There's something about attacks by the media, hecklers of all kinds. And there was something about... Oh, here we go. They were denied usage of the post office in 1942. You kidding about Donald Trump being president? I thought that was real. You never know, you Americans. What are you talking about? Anyways, they were a religious group. They were denied use of the post office because of the Supreme Court or something, and they sort of went underground for a while. And we've got a clip here of... There he is, creepy looking guy, Guy Ballard. Let's see what he's got to say.
Friends of America, tonight, all of you know there are two conditions confronting mankind today that seem so very vital, and true enough they are. And that is your health and your supply.
Your health and your supply.
Now, in the conditions that mankind have drawn themselves today by the accumulation
We'll
of
fight
the
them on the
century,
beaches.
you have found.
I don't know what he's talking about, but anyway, that's him. That's what he sounds like. He's Guy Ballard. He's a crazy guy. What else can I say about him? We love him. Straight out of central casting for the role of vampire. He's creepy. He's one creepy dude. Here's the website about some of their goings on. All kinds of crazy stuff. Here's a little bit about the Great White Brotherhood from one of our favorite websites, Rational Wiki. About the Great White Brotherhood, the cringe-inducing name given by various 19th and early 20th century occultists and theosophists to a supernatural communion of enlightened spiritual teachers. The members of the Brotherhood are sometimes called the Ascended Masters. And it's not a white supremacy thing, even though it does sound like it. I mean, I guess it could be. Various religious leaders received messages from these beings. We'll hear some messages later. Some people doing channeling, which we love. We love to hear when people channel different spirit beings and aliens and things. We've watched quite a few videos of that. So this is just continuing with some New Age weird crap about the Ascended Masters. Helena Petrovna Blavatsky. She started Theosophy. There's a picture of Saint Germain, the Count of Saint Germain. He was an alchemist. He claimed to be centuries old. He had some of his creamy liquid. Secret Organization of Enlightened Mystics. This was started many years before I Am Movement. This music is too much. It's too much. You need to chill. All right. So this is just kind of an intro, a little bit of background on the Ascended Masters. C.W. Leadbeater. Here it is. Eckhart Hausen's idea was expanded in the teachings of Helena Petrovna Blavatsky, developed by C.W. Leadbeater. Maybe that's where he got his creamy white liquid. So they had all that. They're great masters of the Hidden Brotherhood, and they sort of took Eastern religious ideas of people ascending and being these light beings, and they combined it with a little bit of Christianity and occult stuff, and they made Theosophy, and that's where we get Ascended Masters. Proto-Nazi occultist person. I believe so. Now, I can't claim that I know everything about this stuff, but it does relate to Aleister Crowley and magic and all this kind of stuff. The Search for Wisdom, the Golden Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, which we've talked a little bit about on some of these episodes. Wow. How cool is this stream? Well, the stream is extremely cool, and it's a lot of fun. Thanks for coming in to the show, sticking around. What we like to do is talk about weird, crazy, cool stuff on the web. And sometimes we'll go down the rabbit hole, so to speak, and we'll talk about crazy conspiracies. Today we're talking about the Ascended Masters. We started with Saint Germain, this guy. We're giving a little bit of backstory because we're going to really get in. We're going to hit it full force and get into some really crazy, weird stuff. And because it gets weird here. So another group that sort of split off. You had the IN movement. Then you also had the Church Universal and Triumphant, now called Summit Lighthouse. It's the international New Age religious cult founded in 1975 by Elizabeth Clare Prophet. Their beginnings started as the Summit Lighthouse.
What is that letter there?
New Age,
What is
Christian,
that letter there?
weird stuff.
What is that? What is that? What is
George's Romero. Thanks for following. Got a lot of new followers. We got a raid. That was pretty cool. Thanks for sticking around and watching the show. So, the Summit Lighthouse New Age group contorts Christian scriptures as well as mixing it with teachings of world religions such as Buddhism, prophets, Iranian prophets, Catholicism, ancient wisdom. The teachings of this cult are dangerous and strange indeed, along with their main teaching, hold on here, Ascended Masters. They believe the Ascended Masters help us become aware of the paths back to the source. They believe that there's more than one path to what they call Christ consciousness, which comes from a white light. We heard about the white liquid, and now we've moved on to the white light. Seen the light. So this person talks about the Bible and all that stuff. The no marvel, Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Satan has deceived these people. So this is from a kind of a Christian perspective, I guess, over on Medium. They'll publish anything on Medium. Famous world religion, Iranian prophets. Not familiar with those prophets, but some of them are probably ascended masters. Here's a list of them. According to the Summit Lighthouse, there's 7 Shohan, or the ascended masters of the 7 rays. And here we'll go down the list. We'll revisit the whole list of these people. We'll watch some videos about the Summit Lighthouse. So first up, you got El Moira, mean Baha'i or Zoroastrian. Oh no, 7 Shohan. So that's, well, El Moira. It's gonna give you a quick rundown. You got El Moira, we all know him, wisdom. Lanto, the classic Lanto Calrissian. Paul the Venetian, love that guy. Teoflo, thanks for following.
What is that?
Whoa. Teoflo. Alright. Yeah, that's not one of the Ascended Masters. Maybe it could fit into that. Some of these weird names. Paul the Venetian. He's riding around in his gondola. You got Serapis Bey. And then he's the real Bey because he teaches the path to the Ascension. You got Hilarion. Now that guy's hilarious. Okay. And Lady Master Nada. And, of course, Saint Germain. We all know and love. And the Mahat Shohan, representative of the Holy Spirit. So that's just a little thing. They prophesied. So Elizabeth Clare Prophet prophesied, of course, as you do with a name like that, like you're saying. Of course, you'd be a cult leader, the name like Prophet. Prophesied the U.S. would suffer a nuclear attack. Elizabeth and her faithful followers decided to labor for about 18 months building an enormous underground bunker from metal tubes. When the prophecy didn't come true, they lost a lot of their members. There isn't any need for prophets today, as we all have that God wanted to reveal through his word. Strangely written Medium article here. They falsely prophesied. So let's see what stuff they prophesied. Let's jump over. Admire their work ethic. Of course, we like to read crazy weird websites, but our favorite thing is to look at crazy, here we go, videos. So here's stuff about the Summit Lighthouse on Oprah. Yeah. It's loud. So Oprah's going to give us the rundown of what's going on here.
Today we're going to meet 2 sisters who are in bitter disagreement about what their mother is doing.
Wow.
Their mother is Elizabeth Clare Prophet. She is the leader of the controversial Church Universal and Triumphant. She has been called a dangerous, power-hungry cult leader by her critics and a holy prophet by her thousands of followers. One of her daughters, Maura Lewis, says that her mother is out of control and could possibly create another Jonestown tragedy at her ranch in Montana. The other daughter, Erin Prophet, says that her sister is lying and that she and her mother and their
they're about to go head to head.
are peace-loving, rational
Oprah about to
people
endorse her?
just trying to practice their religion as they please. Take a look at this. Jonestown,
Here we go.
1978. 900 people commit mass suicide after drinking punch laced with poison.
No,
because
we
their
don't like
leader,
that,
Jim
but
Jones,
anyway,
told
that
them
happened.
To do it. Antelope, Oregon,
Aha.
1981. Cult leader Bhagwan Rajneesh builds a makeshift community. Brings
Of course,
in
we all know
hundreds of
about the classic. I keep saying that, but we all know about these guys, the Bhagwan Rajneesh from the documentary Wild Wild Country. Is this Firing Line with William F. Buckley? This is Oprah. So she's going down. We got Jonestown. You got Rajneesh. And maybe they'll do a damn Netflix documentary by those guys. The whatever their names are, about the Summit Lighthouse. We'll see.
Followers, many who gave up
There
their
they
life
are.
savings
Their guns
before
and stuff.
Rajneesh was thrown out of the country.
I gotta watch
for
that again.
immigration
It's a good
fraud.
documentary.
Some followers were even jailed for attempted murder. They poisoned the food at local restaurants. Oregon City,
Crazy.
Oregon, 1988. Despite complaints by neighbors, children at a cult billed
I've never heard
as
of
an
this. This
athletic
is
camp for
crazy
ghetto
weird.
youngsters were beaten, were starved, and forced to watch as the 8-year-old daughter of leader Eldridge Broussard was flogged to death.
Jesus.
Broussard defended the killers, calling the death of his daughter a mistake. Right
What
now,
the
in 1989, what is going on out in Montana, right next to beautiful Yellowstone National Park, that has the local residents there very upset?
We're going to be another little antelope organ. And I don't want that to happen to Gardner. I'd like them to pack up their old kit bag and leave. Go on to another promised land.
They are afraid of these neighbors, the Church Universal and Triumphant, called for short CUT, which paid $17 million for 33,000
Cut
acres
it.
of land. They also bought
God.
trailers and tractors and equipment from the closed Rajneesh cult
Freaky.
camp in Oregon.
What?
But what is scaring local
Oh my God. They bought stuff from the Rajneesh's. Telling you, if they do a documentary about this, they better give me credit for it. Like, I saw it on the Cool Stream. So, what's that guy? What are those guys' names who did the documentary? Best cult aesthetic was Heaven's Gate. And we did. This is crazy. So we've done an episode about alien cults. Oh, so many of them. Hard to keep up with all of them. But yes, we talked about Heaven's Gate on that episode. It's pretty freaky. We talked about Ashtar Command. There he is over up in the corner. And he, some of these websites, according to them, Ashtar Command is also a freaking Ascended Master. Shout out to Oregon. All right, so they bought a bunch of stuff from the Rajneesh. Check out the VOD. Is it still up there? I'm not sure. I do have a YouTube account. I have to start with all the influx of new followers. Check out the Coolstream YouTube, where I've uploaded a bunch of VODs. I'll have to go back and start posting some of those that have been taken down from Twitch, which may include the Alien Cults video. We'll see. I'll start posting those again if any people are interested. Let's continue
residents
with
most
Oprah.
is the fact that CUT is building bomb
CUT.
shelters and allegedly stockpiling weapons for up to 600 people, reportedly because the cult's leader, Elizabeth Clare Prophet, believes a nuclear war is very likely to start this October 2nd.
Holy.
Our shelters are not to be used for anything but a nuclear war. There's no going underground. There's no plans for going underground. That is preposterous.
But when longtime CUT member Vernon Hamilton was arrested in July in Spokane, Washington, federal agents seized 16 assault rifles, 120,000 rounds of ammunition,
Good
$26,000,
Lord.
and a letter to Elizabeth Prophet's husband outlining plans for arming 200 men. Prophet and her husband, Ed Francis, were called before a closed grand jury for questioning.
Vernon was not buying guns for the church, and I do know that no funds from the church were used to buy guns.
Neighbors and townspeople felt their suspicions had been further justified.
What?
I think it's big business. I don't think it's a church. It's a cult, just like
Ooh.
Rajneesh.
CUT was founded
Damn
27
Rajneesh.
years ago by Elizabeth's deceased first husband, Mark Prophet, who told
Mark
followers
Prophet.
he was the second coming of Sir Lancelot.
Seems cool.
Elizabeth
He's,
claims
wait,
she-
what? He's the second coming of Sir Lancelot? Is that guy an Ascended Master too? Merlin and all the Knights of the Round Table? Oh my gosh. Randy Johnson. That guy was cool.
Is the reincarnation of Marie Antoinette,
What?
Queen Guinevere, among others.
Oh my god.
But Prophet's daughter,
Queen
Laura
Guinevere.
Lewis, says she was kicked out of the church for questioning her mother's power and stands
Oh,
by her
freaky.
warnings
There he
that
is.
the group is becoming dangerous.
There's Saint Germain up there on the left. And there's our old pal Jesus. Oh wait, Jesus on the left. And Saint Germain on the right. Sir Lancelot. I think he was a fictional fantasy guy from Lord of the Rings. Just picking famous figures.
My mother, I've seen her tyrannize and persecute people who have worked for her and given their whole lives to her for years. I've seen her, break up families, be a very unethical and terrible person, and demand power, absolute power.
Our philosophy is one of peace and of freedom and of love and not of war. And the measures we are taking in civil defense are simple, common sense preparedness.
Common sense stuff. Buying some guns from the Rajneeshis. That's crazy. Hadn't watched the whole video on that. This is Beethoven and Joan of Arc. They're all in heaven.
The daughters of Ms. Prophet, and you say that
peace and love.
The group is dangerous, I believe, because it acts under mind control. It's very painful for me to be here, and especially to be said against my sister, because it has to do with the people who are in the group who are very sincere. I believe she's sincere.
That was your sister? If you were going to, imagine what that's like at the freaking Thanksgiving and the holidays, Come home to that. Sister staring at you.
Stands for what kind of religion do you practice, and what does it mean?
Well, this church was founded in 1958 by my father, Mark Prophet. We believe in the universal truth at the heart of the world's religions. We study the Bible. We believe in the Ten Commandments. We're law-abiding citizens. But we believe that there are certain of Jesus' teachings which have been lost or misinterpreted by mainline Christianity. We believe my mother has, in fact, written a book called The Lost Years of Jesus, which publishes ancient documents which were found in a Tibetan monastery. And they say that Jesus spent his 17 years in the East, and then he studied the Eastern teachings. But we don't see any conflict between East and West. We think that there has been conflict because of the form of the religion, but the basic content is the same. That everyone has a universal divine potential. We don't say that we're God, but we say that everyone has the potential to reunite with God, that we're meant to follow in the footsteps of Jesus, that he's our elder brother. He's not God. He is someone that we are meant to follow in his footsteps. He is our Lord and Savior, and we believe that he came and had a very special mission and a special teaching.
Do you believe that?
He is not the only Lord and Savior at all. They have many, many, many masters, and they believe that they can be like him. They believe that the bottom line is Elizabeth Clare Prophet is God's only messenger on the planet. She has become so perfected that she could be like Jesus if she wanted to.
But
everyone, it is not necessarily law-abiding either. I know of insurance scams.
Yes, we need more shows where they talk about cults and stuff. What happened to all the cults? Not saying we're not God, but I'm not saying we are. They have many, many masters, and her name, this is kind of interesting. Her name is Moira, which is one of the Ascended Masters. Moira Lewis. Crazy stuff. So they believe in becoming one with God and stuff. Ascending.
My mother participated in to get her clothing, this gun running. I know of other arms stockpiling. The lies, they misrepresent themselves. That's the problem I have. Why do they misrepresent what's really happening?
Okay, now do you have a prophet with what your sister, do you have a problem with what your sister has just said about
it's got prophets on the brain.
No, that's their belief.
Okay.
On the outside.
On the outside.
It's not how it is when you get in the church at all.
Ah, crap.
Continue.
Well, I don't know if there's not a part 2, but that's kind of crazy. The whole backstory about the Rajneeshis from that documentary we all watched is kind of crazy. So let's see what Elizabeth Clare Prophet, she's trying to profit from the prophet. She's raking in the dough. Let's hear what she's got to say in her own words. I'm going to stop trying to twist things around, and we're going to see things for what they are.
I would like to tell you that when I first became aware of our beloved Saint Germain, you can see your twin flames and the causal body in this.
Yeah, there it is, the twin
painting
flame,
which depicts
causal
the reunion
body.
in the causal body, which we're going to celebrate in this. Anyway, at the age of 18, I was going off to college, leaving my home in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
And I prayed a prayer to God and said, if there's anything you've placed in my home of which I've not availed myself, please tell me. I'm leaving now. I'm expressing my gratitude for my parents and everything that has been done for me. but I won't be coming
some
back.
spy music.
I wanted to be sure that I definitely had not missed anything, any clues to my divine plan that I had to know about. And God spoke to me and said to me to take a certain book off the shelf in my mother's library and to read it.
She's
And
cool.
I had seen that book since I was tiny. And the book always had a presence
prayer.
and an aura that frightened me. It seemed that it was so intense that I was afraid to take it off the shelf. And I would walk around it and look at it and then tiptoe away. So this day, I had to be obedient to that because I had made the prayer and God had answered. So I could do nothing else but take the book off the shelf, open it up, and I saw the face of Saint Germain. And that face became alive and quickened by
Look at that
his
guy.
presence.
He's got some big giant eyeballs and very handsome. Handlebar mustache. This is what all the hip guys are trying to look like these days. Looks like a millennial. I think she seems really cool. I don't know what she was talking about with the book. She was afraid of a book or something. All right. That's a Beanie Baby.
The spark went through my being. I leapt. I couldn't believe that I had found this master whom I recognized instantly. And I ran to show the picture to my mother and I said, here is Saint Germain. I know him. I've got to find him. I know I have a mission that has to do with him. So she said she knew him, but she didn't tell me about him before because I should find him for myself. Well, I set out to find Saint Germain for myself, and
you can find him at your local spirits and wines and liquor stores because it's also a brand of some kind of liqueur or something you put in your drink, or I don't know, makes your cocktails taste good or something.
Years to find him.
Saint
Even
Germain's
though I would
haircut.
walk and talk with him and Jesus every day, and I thought to myself, there must be real.
So this is a big time New Age type thing. I actually first heard about this stuff. Let's jump over back to some websites. Successful rebranding. Wow, she's looking freaky. Let's see, the Shohans of the Seven Rays. Here's the Summit Lighthouse website. And let's see. Got all kinds of websites to look at. Let's see. Hold on a sec. I'm going to find one. I heard about them from, excuse me, from a website called, oh crap, sorry about that. A site on the web called lovehaswon.org. And here I'm searching. Here it is. Lovehaswon.org.
What is that?
What is that? You're in charge. Thanks for following. Now, if this looks familiar to longtime fans, and you can book your amazing spiritual intuitive ascension session, this all comes back to some crazy New Age stuff, a lot of which I found and discovered through a website called lovehaswon.org. All love prophecies coming true. And they have a crazy YouTube where they post videos of them talking about their light meditations and all kinds of just a hippy dippy type thing. But they do channeling to the Pleiadians, who we know and love, who are a race of white guys, aliens. Web 1.0. Need a damn cough button on here. There he is. This is Saint Germain. Sort of the updated look to him. He's all purple. He sort of has a Prince vibe going on to him. He loves purple. He looks a little bit more young and cool. He's kind of has the Euro mullet going on. He's cool and kind of freaky. Saint Germain, I'm increasing the flow of violent flame and intensifying its power and effectiveness, for many of you are going deeper and deeper into the shadows of yourselves and of the human collective. That's pretty cool. Channeled by Genova Coyle. It's the Bigfoot scream. You scared me. Greetings, dearest ones. I am Saint Germain. I'm your beloved brother and friend. I'm your family, here and now and forever by your side. I come to share my violet flame of transmutation with you, and to intensify its power and to increase its effectiveness. For many of you are going deeper and deeper into the shadows of yourselves and of the human collective. So there's some connection to him and the color purple, and I'm not talking about Oprah's famous role. I think she won an Oscar for being in that movie. Something about colors and, oh gosh, this stuff gets me all flustered when I try to kind of explain what it's all about. I don't fully understand it, but it's something to do with the violet flame. Violet flame. I'll have to increase my flow. We're talking about cleansing and purifying for quite some time, haven't we? So this is a channeling from someone, which means someone came kind of doing a meditation where they were able to connect with Saint Germain and talk to us. And talk to him. He's talking to us through this person. He's being channeled through someone, if that makes sense. So, and we've got some videos of that that are pretty weird, but I thought we would go ahead and kind of give a rundown of who these Ascended Masters are. Who are these freaking guys? Well, here we've got, this should help us out, we've got the slideshow of the Ascended Masters. We got Sanat Kumara, that guy. Kind of looks like a plebeian. Wow. There we go. El Moira. He's an Ascended Master. And then you've got Kuthumi. And Jesus. There he is. And Mother Mary. She's an Ascended Master as well. It's not just guys. It's not just a big sausage fest over there in the Great White Lodge. And you've got Buddha also. Shiva. And some of these other people. And Lloyd Maitreya. These are some of the Ascended Masters. Slideshow of Ascended Masters with subtitles. Oh, here's the music. This is better than what I have. Lord Surya? Bom, 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 bom. There's all these people, and here's another St. Nicholas, the last emperor of Russia, is an Ascended Master. That's kind of cool. Archangel Michael, you heard of that guy? Oh, and here's Athena, is also an Ascended Master. So I guess that means Zeus and all those people are masters as well. Okay, let's see. Let's get someone to try to explain some of this stuff to us.
Hi everybody, I'm Hayden Crawford, and thanks so much for watching my latest video on Numerologist. As a wellness coach specialising in colour therapy, I am passionate about guiding you to remember your true soul origins so you can maximise on your time here on the planet. A lot of people have recently been coming up to me asking me if I know more about the Ascended Masters. Well, here I'm going to be revealing some of the more popular ones so that you can understand how they're here to help you get the most out of your life.
Okay, so the way this guy's talking as if I know anything of what he just said. About colors and color therapy, and he's got some weird vials over there in the corner. He's going to give us a rundown of how to identify the color of your personal master. This is YouTube Numerologist. This is some weird New Age stuff. Hayden will tell us the answer. Numerologist.com. 12 Ascended Masters and how to identify their colored rays.
To incarnate over many lifetimes until perpetuating this cycle either no longer serves our personal expansion or the evolution of the universe.
Okay. Lots of people have been asking him this stuff. All right, you lost me there. We'll just continue.
When we opt out of the birth-death cycle, we can either choose to remain as part of the collective subconscious.
I love to opt out of the birth-death cycle.
Incarnate into different time-space realities, or we can actually remain as discarnate beings so that we can help those that are caught up in the life-death cycle.
Huh.
Now, the Ascended Masters have already completed these cycles. They've spent thousands and thousands of years working as spirit guides, and also they have integrated with different dimensions, different planets and galaxies to learn about those ancient civilizations.
Makes sense.
Following this, many of them decide to come back to Earth and reincarnate to be able to actually serve humanity in one way or another. Now, it's not because they've got some sort of karmic debt that they need to relinquish, but it's more about
karmic debt.
The fact that they've got this burning desire to be able to serve humanity in some way. Now, the Ascended Masters actually journey through the ascension process so that they can evolve into the 5th dimension, body and all.
Okay. I think he's reading this off of a screen or something. He's kind of like...
The Ascended Masters are able to help humanity from these higher dimensions.
It looks like he's about to laugh. He's like, what the frick is this? What am I talking about? I've been learning so much. Discarnate option.
Ascended and can often perform miracles. Now, because they've kept their physical bodies, they can often appear back on Earth for very short periods of time. They are part of what's known as the Galactic Federation of Light, which fundamentally is a council of Ascended Masters from many different planets and cultures, and they are actually humanity's representatives at these councils.
I think he looks like he's laughing. He's like, what the fuck is this? This is crazy, even for me, the numerologist. This is weird. It's like, what the frick is this crazy stuff? You're from the different galaxies.
Teal Swan explains that the Ascended Masters are merely just or personalities that are being fed by the collective subconscious for the benefit of the ascension of humanity. She encourages us to see them a bit like spirit guides, but apart from them only being here for the individual, they're here for the purpose of the evolution of humanity.
Okay.
Now, because they're being fed by the collective subconscious and the individual, they have the potential of becoming exceptionally powerful disincarnate beings.
Maybe he's just a happy guy.
The Ascended Masters mostly inhabit the 6th dimensional frequency, and there are literally thousands of both ancient and modern Ascended Masters. Some of them have actually disappeared completely from human consciousness because they existed eons ago.
Eons ago. Buzz Lightyear serves the Ascended Masters. Yeah, his hair is interesting.
The Ascended Masters are extremely active at this moment in time because of the evolution of humanity, and they're really helping us to travel through the ascension with ease and grace.
That's right, I'm going to sign everybody up to join the Summit Lighthouse. We're going to build a bunker out in my backyard. We can worship the Ascended Masters. New Age stuff starts talking about evolution of humanity. Becomes rhetorically indistinguishable from the Zerg. Gets to a point where it's just all about aliens and stuff. It all goes back to that.
Now, we all have a principal Ascended Master assigned to us, depending on
find out who's my
Ascended
Master.
All come in on different colours and different rays. Take a look at the more popular Ascended Masters and the colour and ray that they come in on, and see which ones you identify with. So, the first ray is blue, and is the ray of God's will and power. El Moya, he came in on this ray, and he is the master of it. Now, he previously incarnated as the wise man Melchior, as Arthur, and also as Abraham. And he works quite closely with Archangel Michael. Now, his predominant intention is to be able to transform the aggressive human so that they can move away from domination and really have the will to do good in the world. Melchizedek also came in on the Blu-ray, a very important figure in the Old Testament because he
came in on the Blu-ray. So he was watching Independence Day on a Blu-ray, picking which Sex and the City character you are. I couldn't find any quizzes. Let's see if let's see if we can get a rundown of these Ascended Masters. Maybe there's something here. So we got the Lighthouse, the 7 Chohans, El Moira, Lord Lanto. He's the Chohan of the 7th ray, is the yellow ray of illumination. He's the Ascended Masters of PP. Here we go, Paul the Venetian. He's got a crazy haircut. You gotta have your haircut stuff has got to be on point if you're an Ascended Master. Look at this. Look at that. Look at those waves, man. Ooh, and that beard. That is some good stuff. It's a Venetian. I think this might be my Ascended Master. The Chohan of the 3rd ray of divine love, the pink flame. He sponsors the Ascended Master culture for this age and works with all those who desire to manifest that culture in the arts. Oh, there we go. I like to do art stuff, so maybe that could be my patron saint of art and culture. Pink. Serapis Bey. And he doesn't have a cool picture. He's Bey. Ascended Master Serapis Bey. Chohan of the 4th ray teaches the path to ascension. Some good style on Venus. He assists his students in the self-disciplines of the 4 lower bodies that are necessary for ascension. Let's see, I don't have any good joke for that one. He's Bey. That's pretty much that. Hilarion. He's the patron saint of comedy. He's the Chohan of the 5th ray and a healing master on the green ray and of health, precipitation, and truth. He instructs us on the relationship between science and religion, both of which are aspects of the green ray of truth. So he's got that green stuff, if you know what I mean. Help you out and make you healthy. Oh, here we go. Here's Lady Master Nada. Like his biscuits. Like his biscuits at Red Lobster. Bay, okay. The Cheddar Bay. Ascended Master biscuits. Here we have Lady Master Nada. Lady Master Nada is the Chohan of the 6th ray of ministrations. I don't know what that means. Service and peace. She's very much involved with the initiation and sponsorship of twin flames in the Aquarian Age family. Slay! There he is, Saint Germain. Master Saint Germain, the Chohan of the 7th ray of freedom. She ain't having none of that. Ascended Master, 7th ray of freedom, mercy, transmutation, and ritual. He holds a very important position as the hierarch of the Aquarian Age. He teaches seekers the science of divine alchemy and transmutation. He transmutates his white, creamy liquid. If you remember that from his story earlier. Mahachohan, makes sense, is the Ascended Master who represents the Holy Spirit. Okay, it's kind of boring. Etheric retreats. Each of the Chohans of the 7th rays has their etheric retreat from which ascended and unascended masters, angels as well as souls, working in their sleep, as it were, strive to bring the blessings of light and the consciousness of the Christ to mankind. Which retreat of the Great White Brotherhood do you want to grace with your presence? Let's see the posts. Etheric retreats. Universities of the Spirits. This is crazy. Spirit calendar. Let's check out the spirit calendar. 14-day cycles at the Universities of the Spirit. What the frick? Wyoming, St. Germain. Got any coming up here? March, April, let's see, June, July, August 2019. August 1st, we had Lord Lanto in Wyoming. Okay. Alright, Etheric Retreats. Check it out. There's another thing about that. Let's see, what else do I got? Ready for Armageddon. Okay, we already covered that. Oh, here we go. Gabriel. There's too many of these. I can't keep up with all of them, but here we go. We've got got a classic Kickstarter. This is kind of like that podcast we all know and love. Kickstarters that suck. That Masters of Light, the Ascended Masters Oracle board game. Fun for the whole family. Journey with the Ascended Masters. Come on a journey into self-mastery along the Ascended Masters of Earth. Created by Now Age Imaginations. 144, they pledged 7,000 Canadian bucks to help bring this project to life. There it is. Gratitude. Early bird. All right, let's check out the board game. Ascended Masters board game.
The Earth has always known about the
It's gonna
Masters.
be like the Cards Against Humanity. Something
Documented, enlightened beings known for great love, compassion, and kindness. These teachers,
Yeah.
gurus, swamis,
Martin Luther King.
chiefs,
He's an
visible
Ascended
and
Master.
invisible leaders showed us the way.
Rosa Parks. And that guy.
But in order for us to get to the next level of planetary evolution,
Oh,
we must
frick.
too find a self-mastery within for our planet to survive and thrive.
So you got to play this board game.
It's time to follow your greatest joys. It's time to release your greatness to the world.
To the world.
This
Here
is
we go.
Masters of Light, an
All right.
Oracle board game designed to release your greatness alongside the Ascended Masters of Light
Wow.
who
Oh my
inspire
God.
you along the way.
It's pretty cool.
A quest of self-discovery where you are the player and we all
Maya
win
Angelou.
when you share your kindness, authenticity, and deep truth
Yeah.
along the way. With over 144 activation cards, this
gosh.
is the tool in our technological world to
What?
slow us back down to deep, meaningful conversations and mindfulness.
This is it. This is the board game.
Hi, my name's Karuna with Masters of Light, and this
We're gonna
board
send
game
this to
is a
YKS.
passion project that I've been working on for the past 4 years. The inspiration for the game was seeded when I was blessed to travel the globe. Starting my journey with my thumb out hitchhiking, I set out on a quest to connect with
hitchhiking.
enlightened beings that always piqued my curiosity from the ancient spiritual times.
Yeah.
This took me to all four corners of the earth,
Oh.
and I,
That's
by
cool.
faith, started to attract many of these magical beings in my life. They were awakening, inspiring, and always communicated that everything was within.
In your head, in your third
It was
eye.
these experiences
Here he
and
is.
meetings that motivated me to create this board game. For us to have a platform to encourage our family and friends and share our deepest truths alongside the Ascended Masters who walk this earth.
The Dalai Lama. Ow. Here's some artwork. Isis. Gandhi. Is he an Ascended
This
Master?
game has been play tested
Is that
with
canon?
over 150 people, and now it is ready to come to the world. What makes this
Earth is
board
a
game
square.
so unique is that you are the true player, and the rewards follow you much beyond the game.
Wow. Very cool. Connect to your
Check out
mastery.
below for some awesome rewards
It's an expansion
to
pack.
contribute to our Kickstarter campaign. We're looking forward to playing Masters of Light with all of you and inspiring, bringing out your passions, and releasing your greatness in a fun, playful way. Thank you for your time.
All right. Check it out. Okay, the Ascended Master board game. Didn't really say what you did or anything of that nature. Rewards no longer available. I know, they're all sold out of board games. This is a damn collector's item now. That's pretty cool. Journey into Greatness. It doesn't say if you have to, like, maybe you're ascended, if you have your Ascended Master, kind of like Magic the Gathering, you know, and you're like attacking other Ascended Masters. I mean, that would be pretty cool. I attack you with my freaking purple flame of doom. I'm attacking Jesus for 4 hit points. They ran out of ink. 1 copy of the board game includes the incredible gemstone amethyst dice. Oh man, this is an Oracle card deck fused with a board game that is designed to take individuals and groups on an inspiring quest into self-mastery. Jesus card. Ow. Begin their journey with the choosing of an Ascended Masters card that is activated by reading out loud their affirmation 3 times. Give it a try yourself. I am the source of all that is. This will be your personal guide for the game and will also serve as your oracle reading upon the journey's completion. Jesus can be fetched from the graveyard. His casting is instant. He's flipping the table over, smashing you with it. All the illuminated beings are powered through dark times. There's all kinds of people. There's your activation flames, self-discovery, creativity, earth wisdom, all that good stuff. There's a lot of cards. The cobra has slithered into your hut. What? A cobra has slithered into your hut while you meditated in the jungles of India. Initially, great fear kicked in as the serpent neared, but as it approached closer, the uncontrollable fear faded into a calm compassion, knowing that this too is alive, this too is breathing, and this trying to survive like myself. Open the doors of compassion by stepping into the shoes of any animal that you may fear. That's pretty cool. Attempt to step out of your mind and enter its full perspective and alliance for a few minutes. Every group member can choose the animal that they fear most. Crap. Hate when a cobra slithers my hut. Let's everyone pick the animal that they fear. Sounds like a fun game. A lot of reading in this game. There's some artwork. Lakshmi Singh. Some other people. There's the game board, and I guess you get your cards and read and roll the dice, and amethyst dice. Pretty cool. The Masters of Light. It's the best board game I've ever played. Played it for hours, nothing short of miraculous. It was so beautiful. It was incredible. Oh, here we go. Masters of Light testimonials. I'd love to see a tutorial, see how this thing's played.
It was pretty awesome.
It was so beautiful. It was more than a game. It was almost like a ceremony, and we were brought so close to each other.
I feel really recharged, re-energized.
Oh my God.
I kind of feel like my internal battery was
My internal
recharged.
battery.
This game is like no other game that I've ever played.
Well, it was like
Oh my God.
doing ceremony in a really playful, really healing way. The different activities and suggestions that the game gives you, and using your intuition to get to those is just so powerful. It's like using a tarot card deck or like an oracle card deck to take us through this collective journey together.
It was a good mix of lighthearted fun and really deep connections and getting to know people on a cool level that you can't really have when you're just having a conversation.
Getting to know people on a cool level. That's why I do my show here. Let's see, funny enough, after I brought this around for my Thanksgiving, family accidentally didn't re-invite me the following year. It's a crystal necklace. Yeah, these are some new age peeps here. Alright. Funny to play this game, but really toxically competitive. Gets really heated in the Masters of Light game. I think they could turn this into something cool though. I'm gonna attack with my purple flame. Okay, now we've got to catch up on these videos. Usually we watch a lot more videos, and we're gonna watch some channeling. Let's just kind of jump around, but I don't really know what this one's about. This guy's kind of freaky, weird. I don't know who this guy is, but he's kind of weird. Yakima Lee. IMU.TV, Teachings of the Ascended Masters.
The main teaching was actually as a result of an appeal by Saint Germain, who was going to be
on
the
death's
Aquarian
door.
age hierarch when we went into Aquarius. And we then were supposed to be in the 7th age. So Saint Germain went before the Karmic Board and he said, there's some teachings we need to present to humanity.
Oh my
and
God.
they need to be spoken out, even though they're more or less written in one form or another. They need to be spoken out very clearly, and they need to be serving an 8th grade educational level public.
What?
So those teachings were boiled down to 3 important teachings. And they were
about Saint
allowed
Germain.
to be released by the Karmic Board through Saint Germain as an ascended master into Guy Ballard, the unascended Chela. Guy Ballard, who is now an ascended master.
What? He's an ascended master now? I didn't know that. Congrats to him. This guy is clearly has some kind of grave illness of some sort. He's kind of a rough looking fellow here. Yakima Lee. He's teaching stuff. I don't really. It's really disturbing. Very strange. Wasn't invited to the
It's his
Ascended
choice.
Master
Ballard
party.
was George Washington, so he had a tradition of working.
Maybe he's working on being an
Saint
Ascended
Germain.
Master.
They had actually formed.
He doesn't look. Doesn't look like he has long for this world. This poor guy. Yeesh. Okay. What else we got here? Extraterrestrial channeling. I love this stuff. This is my favorite stuff here.
Focused.
Okay, this is my favorite stuff here videos to watch of people channeling. And here they're channeling Ascended Masters. Might be 150 years old. That's true. And maybe we could win $10,000. We go back to that other website, and this one way over here, where they said they'd give us $10,000 if we found someone who was 90 years old and looked, and they were 90 years old. So 90-year-old youth. Spot the wealthy, self-made 90-year-old youth. We found him. Okay, this guy's gonna channel El
This is
Moira.
a new being. I've never connected him before. This is a channeling request, so much love to all of you. I keep going out of focus, but maybe there's a reason for that. And it is the eve before 4th of July, so...
Alright, it's the eve before the 4th of July.
Oh yeah, I made this public. I was going to make it private. That's okay. Blessings all. Much love.
He made it public. He meant for it to be private.
Should be able to connect to him pretty quickly.
All
I
right.
am not going to pronounce that name. El Mori, I'm not going to do it. I can't pronounce my own name, let alone that. So.
Okay, so this guy's channeling El Moira. Moira. I don't know how to pronounce it either. He doesn't even know who it is. He's never heard of it before. But he's going to channel it, and he's going to talk.
Blessings, much love, and I connected to his energy, so it should be quite a treat.
Should. All right, Manderson, we got the woo. Should be quite a treat to channel this guy. I don't even know what the hell. It's maybe it's from Overwatch. It's gonna be quite a treat. Can't wait. He's having some trouble here. He's like, what am I gonna say? Okay, let's hear it. in the zone.
So, I am here now. Thank you for requesting.
Gotta give him time. Oh, these videos are so funny to me. Thank you.
I am here now. Thank you for requesting my energy to connect with you all. Your higher vibrations are not too far away. Let go of your material possessions. Yes, you might need them, but you don't have to have a relationship with them.
What the fuck? Our specials today are... I think Elmoira had too much creamy liquid to drink. He's drunk off that divine energy. He's effed up.
You don't have to make love to them. If you're going to make love to anyone, make love to yourself. Many are so involved in their material possessions, they forget who they are. They think their material things are who they are. This is very important because I see this everywhere. Yes, I might not be the energy that you are expecting, as others have heard me channel to others. But this is an importance here. To let others, friends, family become first than your material possessions. Yes.
What the hell? What is his voice he's doing? Oh my gosh.
They might have a tool, a need, but put down these things and reconnect.
Put down your damn cell phone.
God has been put aside as your mechanical devices have taken over yourself.
They're your devices. There you go. Have taken over. Put down your avocado toasts and your fracca latte mochachinos.
But we realize we have not taken over you completely. Because many of these things, these tools are helping you connect with others. And that is a wonderful thing. But connecting with yourself is so much important. Allowing God to become your friend instead of your foe, instead of a stranger. What is your version of God?
God.
That will help you connect. The version of God will bring him closer to you. Others have their version, but they say that will disconnect you from all things. That is incorrect.
What if God was an app?
Your version of God brings you a step closer to God. Makes you with him and her. The energy of the Lord will help you in spirituality.
This video is 11 minutes, by the way. He's doing this for so long. And he doesn't know anything about... I'm assuming he doesn't know anything about Ascended Master stuff. Otherwise, he'd be talking about the flame of peace comes from the 7th circle of the seal of Ascended Master Johann from blah blah blah, the planet Nebulon. You know, he'd be going on talking all crazy about that stuff. This is just funny to me.
Which is the direction you wish to be. There is much chaos on this world, and when there is not.
Okay, let's see another. Let's hear some other messages here. There's a bunch of Summit Lighthouse videos. You can go check those out. Wow! Shit! Wow! The Heart Center. The Heart Center community. Whoa! Got all your flames in there. I think I blew up my microphone. Laughing too much. Okay. Beloved Elmoira, through the messenger.
I come in defense of the light within you. And I expand the aura of light here to fill every point of time and space.
Okay. All right.
Reaching deep into the caverns of being. Into the unconscious. And it is for the holy purpose.
It's taking a sweet time here.
Raising you into the fullness of your God presence.
This one's not as funny.
I am El Moria.
El Moria. That's him?
And I come early to those who have prepared
El Moria.
their consciousness for the presence of the Master.
Okay, this one's pretty boring.
Are you not all aspiring masters, blessed ones?
Yes, we're all aspiring masters here.
So you would not declare it to the world and receive the rebuke.
Okay, this one's kind of boring. Let's see what else we got. What other... that one's pretty good. Ascended Master Conference.
I am the Ascended Master Parvati,
Parvati,
divine consort of Shiva. I come to congratulate you who are the spiritual students of Korea with the changes that you have been the open doors for precipitating in your nation over these past 10 months since our last conference. Naturally, some of these changes were begun already before by the invocations you had given so faithfully and in such great numbers that it had the critical mass to bring about these changes that led to the impeachment of the president.
What?
I wish to make you aware that there is a need for you to continue to make calls on the situation in the sense that there is some cleanup work to do, so to speak, because you should not overlook the fact that your previous president was not...
Oh, he's talking about the freaking president of South Korea. Who had some kind of scandal. I can't really remember all that. I thought he was talking about Trump. I was like, what? He's not impeached yet. Not quite. And he might be speaking with a fake Korean accent. I'm not sure. Should channel an ascended master. Well, let's see.
Very strong personality. She was by no means a fallen being or even an evil person, but she did have karmic ties with her father, who was a lower-ranking fallen being, which you will be able to see by studying his history and his methods and even his mindset. And so it...
Yeah, I can't really remember. It was some weird church that the president was connected to or something, some sort of cult type thing. I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with Ascended Masters, or else he wouldn't be saying all this nasty stuff.
Into embodiment with his father, and it affected her in many ways, so that her psychology was deeply split, and this then made her vulnerable to the influence of this shamanic leader that you all are aware of, and this has meant that she was deeply conflicted as a president. This was essentially why the Dark Forces attempted to put her in office, because they thought that they could use her to further their ends in Korea and strengthen the hold that these Dark Forces felt they had over this nation through the business conglomerates and these powerful families that have formed a power elite in South Korean society ever since the war. And so, my beloved, what we wish to bring to your attention is that it was your calls that was the tipping point that brought about this victory for the light that led...
Alright, it was your calls that brought about the victory of the light. Oh man, this is weird. This is weird stuff. Did you think you were gonna stumble across a stream today that was talking about some of this crazy weird stuff? Here we go. I've got a list here. There's more Ascended Masters. Ascended Master list. The spiritual. He had the spiritual headset in, so that helped him get connected there. All right. Let's see. Ascension Teachers. This list is by no means complete, as there are only some of those who are choosing to work closest with the Earth at this time, so are in our awareness. There are also a vast number of masters working on other paths. So we got a whole list of Ascended Masters. Here we've got Aloha, Feminine Elohim of the 6th Ray. Aloha, the Ascended Master of Hawaii. There's Amon Bay. He's the Protector. There's a whole bunch of these. Anubis, Ares, Apollo. You gotta have all the Greek gods in there. Babaji, Paramahansa Yogananda. He's an unascended master. What? Service of great value. Casimir Poseidon is one of them. Chananda, First Ray Master. Charity, Christine. You know, Christine that works in accounting. Yeah, that's right. She's an ascended master. Confucius. Oh yeah, you gotta have Confucius. Of course, you got Dom Ignacio. He's an ascended master as well. Fortuna. Just trying to think of what kind of jokes I can make on these. Harmony. Helios. I mean, there's a oh, there he is. Hercules is an ascended master. It's good to know. Jesus. John. Isis. Krishna. It's pretty easy to just kind of take all these other religious figures and connect them all together and make them as part of one kind of connected thing. Makes sense, I guess. Mary Magdalene. Metatron. It's a freaking transformer. Jesus is only a 2nd ray? Jesus is number 1. He must have got demoted or something. Jesus portal. The yellow ray of wisdom, joy, and lightness of being. He focuses the Christ consciousness of the ray onto humanity. He fully embodies the qualities of the 2nd ray. He's a young master. He's a Jedi, too. He's the young one. He calls himself the young one. Young blood. This shows his sense of humor. Master Jesus loves to sing. He's mastered lightness of being. He is fun. He can be serious, as we all can be, but his innate being is lightness and light. That's cool. When he painted his portal, he showed me no face. What? He wanted me to know he wasn't a face or body. Energy. Oh, that's crazy. So there was someone on here was painting these symbols. It's kind of cool. Look at the image of Jesus' face. It's the closest image I can find that actually looks like him. What? Pretty much every picture I've ever seen looks like that. He often appears with no beard at all, with designer stubble. What? Jesus without a beard? With designer stubble? Like he went to the barber shop and got a cut on the beard? Cut it with a short little clippers? All the Ascended Masters have great hair. We'll say that. They must have a great barber up there. One of the Ascended Masters. It's got a hell of a barber shop. Keeps him looking clean. His eyes are brown and he has a dark olive complexion. Well, he looks like a white guy in this picture. His imprinted portal painting you see above is the second one we painted together. There's another painting beneath this that we painted first, where yellows and oranges are the main colors. That's kind of crazy. So this person is painting portal painting pictures with the Ascended Masters. That's pretty cool. Should check out some of these portal paintings. I want to check out the Metatron. There's the Metatron portal. It's a cosmic angel of great power. He manifests on the Blu-ray because he's watching the Transformers with Mark Wahlberg on his damn PlayStation. It's the energy, the will of God. Choose to surrender our free will to follow God's plan, not our own. Metatron. Interesting. Very interesting and strange episode we had today. I think I'll go ahead and I don't think I have any other funny videos, and I don't think I'm going to try to channel an Ascended Master. That is a good idea. Maybe we'll try that next time. All right, I think that about does it. We've come to a natural stopping place as we do on the show. It was a lot of fun talking about the Ascended Masters today, and thanks everybody for coming in, watching the show. We got that raid from the No Prank Radio Emma Town stream, and that was a good thing. Love to see some new faces, some new followers in here. Thanks for coming in, sticking around, watching the show. Fun stuff today. Thanks to Robert Denby, Georges Romero, chatting it up, Kirby Gamerwife, Dirk Universe. We'll have a whole list of folks here when we roll the credits here. So thanks for watching the show. We'll be back next week. I think I don't have any conflicting obligations for next week. Sometimes I do. I try to stream on Saturdays at 4 o'clock Central. Sometimes I have to do it on Fridays, other days, but I try to do it Saturday afternoon, prime time streaming. So check back again. We'll be back next week. In the meantime, you can check out some VODs. You can check out the YouTube, and I'll try to get some of these other ones uploaded that have been taken down from Twitch. You can watch some of these old-ass episodes. Come on, Beer Horse. Beer Horse has been a fan from the very beginning. We didn't have Big Jim today.
Dunk your head in the hell toilet.
But he's also a watcher of the show. Let's see, we opened up the hotline, so we're going to do that next week. We'll have the hotline if anyone wants to call in for a little bit next time. So thanks everybody for watching. All the new faces and friends and followers and all the Ascended Masters out there, go out and live for the light, and show your flame to the world or something. We'll be back next week for another cool stream. Thanks everybody. I'll see you next time.
Dunk your head in the hell toilet.
Woo!
Beautiful ribeye steak.
Oh, la.
Beowulf. Beowulf.
Ooh, it's so good.
That's right.
Thank you, Beer Horse.
Where's me Canada?
And that is a wonderful thing. But connecting with yourself is so much important.